Peace, Bill. I'm Jeannie. We're two do-it-yourselfers who met on a sailboat in 1988. 3 houses and 4 boats later, we're refitting our 1998 Seahorse Oceaneer 55-foot steel trawler, Blue Sky. Welcome to our journey.
We got this frame to fit into the spot. I've sanded all the varnish off of it, so that's pretty much ready for stain. And then we are working on the door here. Got a little bit of the wood strip. Got this. I'm not sure. This is going to be like teak plywood, so probably end up blowing through it. This is solid teak here. That is what we are working on right now, is getting this guy sanded up so we can move forward with staining it and then installing everything.
What you doing, honey?
So we are installing one of these makeup, normal magnification and 8 times magnification mirrors.
Lighted.
Lighted, yeah. So it's going to go in right about there. So I'm going to drill the center hole here. So I'm going to drill a pilot hole here first. Okay, and now I need the big hole bit, which is behind you. Okay, there's a hole. Okay, so that's going to go in like that. And this actually has little brackets here. So pop this panel out, but here's our outlet. This is the end of the chain, so we're just going to add on to it. But there's a little breakout, so I'm going to pop that out, then drill a hole here in the side, and then we'll just take that wire and run it up to right here. Actually, we'll probably drop that wire down and then run it in here, and then join these two together into a common power lines. Finally maybe be holding. Okay, let me see the heat gun. Feeding the wire in, and there it is. Come here, you. Okay, you want to give me wire cutters and crimps?
Wire cutters? What kind of crimps? Butts?
Some butts.
Pink butts?
Yellow butts. Captive forks. Wire strippers. A 1-inch spade bit. Thank you.
And what else?
Razor knife.
Yellow butts, and what were the other things?
Captive forks. Okay. Big drill. Now we have a hole for our wire. Flat blade screwdriver. Come on, get in the hole. There we go. Then we gotta put stuff on all those. Captive forks.
Cap forks. The yellow?
Captive forks.
Here.
Hot air gun. Yellow
Butt?
butt.
There's not butts in here.
Crimper.
I'm gonna go get some butt.
A hot air gun.
There's a butt. Or you want the hot air gun?
Butt. Okay. Piece of green wire. Captive fork. Needle nose pliers. Reshape this guy. One of the things I just realized is you take these screws and you back them out, and now you have your room, and you stick this in, and now those should pop out, and then I can tighten it down. So that's how that works. This is the first time I ever played around with one of these circular ones that had little grippers on them. Of course, getting it to go in though. There it goes. Oop, well, one side went. Come on, other side. We got the mounting plate up here. Got this. Of course, the company did not provide any actual screws for going from the mounting plate to the electrical plate. Lovely. We are hunting around for some screws right now. Later. Okay, that's how that is going to go on there. Crimp tool. Heat gun. Okay, I need those little bolts. Turn the breaker on. Ta-da!
Woohoo!
Normal or magnified.
That should fold.
Fold up, yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Very nice. Tape! Trying to glue this block in one-handed. Isn't working very well. Okay, tomorrow we will secure that wire after I put some tape on it. Later. Screw it to the top of it, but then it pushes it down. There you go. That way it's not rubbing on the block. Later. Made an order a couple weeks ago now of 3 packages of Total Fare from Total Boat or Jamestown Distributors, and also 1 gallon of white epoxy paint. When the first order came in, the white epoxy paint was already leaking extensively out of the box. I just refused shipment. Then I gave the UPS driver several bags so he could bag the paint up because it was stinking up his entire truck and of course leaking all over the truck. I got notification on Tuesday or Wednesday that I had another shipment from Total Boat. So I thought they were shipping the paint back to me again, which was great because I hadn't requested it yet. That came in yesterday. Supplies, which comes with their product, and the hardener. There are the supplies. Remarkably enough, are covered in epoxy. Not only did the white stuff that I don't have because I refused shipment, this stuff is also one big leaky, goopy mess. This is the hardener. That was part of the original order. The lid's ajar here, no clips on it, no nothing. So whoever's doing shipping at Total Boat is doing a really poor job at it. That's 2 shipments out of 2 that have shown up leaking epoxy everywhere. We're just having loads of fun, so I'm just going to cancel the order, go back to Pettit epoxy. Only reason I tried the Total Boat epoxy was because they had 20% off sale at the time, which made it a little cheaper than the Pettit. I'll follow up with what happens when I try to cancel the order later.
Are we finished sanding?
Well, with the stripping sanding, I want to run over it with an 80 grit and then probably like a 120 and maybe a 150. There's the frame for the door, and there's the door over there. Got to put the teak inserts in because when we try to sand that other teak, it just falls apart. Anyway, we will actually hang this frame tomorrow. Later. We're going to continue working on the door. First thing we're going to do is trim the teak down that we need for the different panels. And then from there, we will glue the teak panels on, and then we're going to cut out the side supports for the door that connect the door frame to the metal part, and we need an intermediate piece of wood there. And then we'll stain the door and get it all installed. Later. And point was 19 1/4. We got all of our teak cut. There's our teak veneer.
Ooh, smell that glue.
Yep. Well, there's a high quality brush for you. Okay, I don't pull on it hard. It might survive the gluing. Ah! Great. Come on.
So, skinniest side is up here.
Yep. Okay. Flipper and do the other side.
That's good.
Okay.
All right, let's go get some lunch. Looks good.
Yeah.
So that's the inside, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the outside. Cool.
Stain and install. Later.
Later. And magically the door's stained.
There we go.
Okay, so there's all of our frame pieces. We will go start installing the frame later.
We need all this stuff to install the door.
I don't think we have everything we need yet either.
We need more. Of course we do.
Okay, putting in bracing to hold these pieces in place while the glue dries. Maybe. Okay.
All right. Isn't that pretty? It looks like artwork. We're going to take a break.
Dinner time. Oof. Oh. Screws. Screwsies. 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 Okay, now time for the door and hinges.